Dear Dan Tony, on the wings of America. I got a message now. It's from Nadja over there to Daniel. Happy birthday to Nadja. It's and Daniel, aka the Voodoo Child and the Solar Polar Snow Patroller. Okay, nice. I see y'all now. Enjoy Gemini season. Another year together. Have fun in Miami. Turn it up. Turn the dial up. Crank the volume up. And you know you gotta be jamming that Iceberg Simpson on South Beach. Dan Tony, Wings of America now.
Well, we posted every Friday. See them corn emojis, then you know a nigga wildin'. Jaded Gemini till the day I die. And I'ma talk my shit, but I don't play both sides. So nah.
Apparently, parents in California will be able to sue tech companies, i.e. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, whatever. Or I don't know about TikTok because it's not in the country, but basically for making their children addicted to social media. They can get up to $25,000 if their child is addicted to social media. Now, I don't know if you have seen any
Kim
of these
K
videos.
did this.
Look, I don't
Kim
know if
K did this. Kanye did this.
I've seen videos of like kids and they parents take the, because you got to think, when we were kids, we had the sidekicks and flip phones, and our parents had like Blackberries and shit. Like our parents had the sophisticated phones, and we had the little play phones. Now the kids have these, you know. And
but that's their fault for buying. Why would you?
And that's what I was gonna get into. But now they are taking away the phones from the kids as punishment, and it's as if you're taking away a pack of cigarettes from somebody. Like, it's, I've seen videos on YouTube where these kids are freaking the fuck out over somebody taking their iPhone.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's really bad. But here's the report. But I do agree with you before we even get into it. At the end of the day, you pay for that phone service. You better cut that shit the fuck off.
I'm trying to tell you, like, why would you even let that slide? Why would you allow that to be the norm? Because without you buying the phone, nigga, they didn't go buy the phone, nigga. They didn't go do the long hours at the warehouse and
or
not VTO
or whatever.
and stay on the clock and
like,
come on, bro.
Come on, bro. If that's how you utilize your punishment, bro, you might as well just cut that service off, bro. Or at least call your provider and set it up to where it's like, hey, I'm a parent, I want a child safety. You could only call me.
Bro,
that's
no.
it.
Or, bro, one of my little cousins has a YouTube channel, bro, and her parents got it, so you can't even call her. You can't text her. There's ways to make it so kids are not only not accessible, but they cannot do most of the shit that people be doing to get addicted to social media. But the fact that my little cousin is a fucking YouTuber, some would argue that's not ethical.
Bro, one of my grandmother's friends, I feel like I said this on another podcast. One of my grandmother's friends who is an artist and she sells like her artwork and coloring books. Her granddaughters are YouTubers, but they're like YouTubers in Sweden, and they're children, and they be making like racks, like 6 figures off this YouTube shit. Child friendly.
Really?
I swear to God, I have one of her books. My grandma ordered some for me, some of the coloring books for me, and she only does like a fairy artwork and like whimsical, like fairy goth type shit, and it's really cool. But she's way older, but because we recycle trends, it just looks cool. But yeah, bro. But let's get into this video because I'm just looking at this lady, and I'm like,
hey, once we're done with this highlight, I'm like, should we just record the rest of the stream and then just like upload it
for like a smoother?
Yeah.
So if you want to.
I mean, if it'll slide, or unless you think it'll just be better than not.
Shit, guys.
Yeah, I mean, if you see it, I think it's better than it was though. We out in the field, bro. Sometimes you gotta be in the trenches, bro. Shout out to my niggas in the trenches, bro. And you never been into the trenches, nigga. That's probably why you
creators. A few
tripping.
of you guys that are our Patreons also make your own content, so shout out to y'all. I know y'all understand.
But
yeah, let's get into this.
Some of y'all close, real close.
News source. It says a bill will allow California parents to sue for their kids' social media addiction.
State and city hold social media companies responsible for harming children who become addicted to their platforms. The state assembly passed a measure yesterday that would allow parents to sue social media companies. They can be awarded up to $25,000 per violation if
their
child becomes
per violation.
The bill defines addiction involving kids under 18 who are harmed mentally and emotionally.
Per violation.
But do you know what that means? That means that for the past 5 years, sounds about right. For the past 5 years, YouTube has been prepping for this. They're like, you're not about to hit us for 25 a fucking piece. They want 25 per violation. And honestly, if I was a parent, I would want every fucking dime. Like, because you know what they do? They fucking put in weird little surveys. They put in, like, they listen to you.
Right,
like,
YouTube said, is this made for is this made for kids? Is this made for nope. Nope.
Right.
E40. Crazy? Nope.
Look at these babies. The state senate. Wow.
Boy, TikTok about to have to relinquish the bag. The
No,
bag
I didn't
relinquished.
expect them to even put TikTok on there. That's the crazy thing.
That
I
was
was not
forced.
expecting that at all.
They said, we're talking about you. We're not just talking out the ether. We're talking about you. And y'all about to have to pay up. And honestly,
I was not expecting that at all.
I agree with you, though. It's necessary at this point. Because
they're taking all the data, not just from adults, but from children. And that's very, very harmful. And we're, like you said, we're going to talk about it more about this whole manosphere and the abort black boys, all this weird shit online that is to us in our age group on some like, oh, I've heard that before, y'all deranged. To the youth, that's Bible to them.
Yeah, and it's new,
scary.
and it's not only new, but it seems lucrative. Nobody, but at the same time, they've been operating with impunity for this whole time, and bruh, who's gonna stop them?
Right.
Because even if you start being like, hey, and I'm sorry I walked away from the mic, even if you start being like, okay, we're gonna implement the button like YouTube, that's not gonna stop the addiction. That's just gonna stop the liability factor.
Right.
It's gonna get real dicey, bruh. Because niggas still have addiction to watching adults have intercourse on camera.
And that goes into, that's another social media. Pornhub is a social media.
I know,
now.
but nobody's getting sued about that like that.
But now you can.
But there's been a couple of cases.
I'm not gonna lie, if my kid ended up having a fucking porn addiction because I bought them an iPhone, I'm gonna feel more guilty because I bought them the most high-tech shit to give them access. But if I give you a fucking razor and y'all, if you remember how hard it is to even get on the internet on a razor or a BlackBerry or anything back in the day, you gotta pay to even do it's hard type stuff. Now, if I saw my kid doing some shit on there, I'd be like, damn, my kid really does have a problem. But now it's so accessible with just this, where it's like, damn, you guys are really forcing my kid to have a problem because they could just click one thing once. And then it's gonna keep feeding. They're not even gonna stand a chance.
So they're gonna have an addiction regardless. But
aware.
It's just like, what are y'all gonna have an addiction
Right, because we're aware of the algorithm. They're not.
We in Miami.
We in the yayo. We in my yayo.
Yeah.
But yeah, please be safe. Please watch your children online, bro, because it's very, very scary out here.
Grub says it did give advance notice to restaurants, but it says the demand grew away.
Okay, so I did my research. They only gave them about 4 days. They only gave them about 4 days. Did y'all see that? Anybody in this chat or
that
in the comments that have worked in a restaurant?
Ooh,
This is not no shit. This is not normal. This is something you need all hands on deck. We need a month in advance so we can plan out how we're about to do this. This is some peak season. If you don't come to this shit, you fired. This is really
factual.